Hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to read a book called The Most Magnificent Thing. Let's read to find out what happens. Hello, boys and girls. My name is Mrs. Barr. I teach second grade at Independence Elementary School. Today we're going to read a story called The Most Magnificent Thing. Give me a thumbs up if you've heard this book before. If you've heard it before, we're going to read it for a different reason today. So let's jump right in. The Most Magnificent Thing by Ashley Spires. Look at that splash page. The Most Magnificent Thing. This is a regular girl and her best friend in the whole wide world. They do all kinds of things together. They race, they eat, they explore, they relax. She makes things, he unmakes things. One day the girl has a wonderful idea. She's going to make the most magnificent thing. She knows just how it will look. She knows just how it will work. All she has to do is make it. And she makes things all the time. Easy peasy. First, she hires an assistant. Next, they gather their supplies. They set up somewhere out of the way and get to work. The girl tinkers and hammers and measures while her assistant pounces and growls and chews. When she is finished, she steps back to admire her work. She walks around one side, her assistant examines the other side. It doesn't look right. Her assistant picks it up and gives it a shake. It doesn't feel right either. They are shocked to discover that the thing isn't magnificent or good. It isn't even kind of sort of okay. It's all wrong. The girl tosses it aside and gives it another go. She smooths and wrenches and fiddles. Her assistant circles and tugs and wags. When she is finished, she stands up and takes a long look at it. Her assistant gives it a nudge with his paw. The thing is still wrong. She decides to try again. The girl saws and glues and adjusts. She stands and examines and stares. She twists and tweaks and fastens. She fixes and straightens and studies. She tries all different ways to make it better. She makes it a square. She makes it round. She gives it legs. She adds antenna. She makes it fuzzy. She makes it long, short, rough, smooth, big, small. One even smells of stinky cheese. But none of them are magnificent. Her hard work attracts a few admirers, but they don't understand. They can't see the magnificent thing that she has in her mind. She gets mad. The angrier she gets, the faster she works. She smashes pieces into shapes. She jams parts together. She pummels the little bits in. Her hands feel too big to work, her brain too full of all the not right things. If only the thing would just work. Crunch! The pain starts in her finger. It rushes up to her brain, and she explodes. It is not her finest moment. I'm no good at this. I quit. Her assistant suggests a walk. It's not much help at first. Before long, she starts to feel different. Bit by bit, the mad gets pushed out of her head. As they stroll along, she comes across the first wrong thing she made. The bad feelings are about to start all over again. Then she notices something surprising. There are some parts of the wrong things that are really quite right. The bolts on one, the shapes of another, the wheel to seat ratio of the next. There are all sorts of parts that she likes. Look at all of her magnificent things. By the time she reaches the end of the trail, she finally knows how to make the thing magnificent. She gets to work. She works carefully and slowly, tinkering, hammering, twisting, fiddling, gluing, painting. Her assistant makes sure there are no distractions. What do you notice about what's happening behind? This is a perfect thing to ward off bears. This will stop that leak. This one's all wet. The afternoon fades into evening. Finally, she finishes. She alerts her assistant. The pair take a good long look. It leans a little to the left. It's a bit heavier than expected. The color could use a bit of work too, but it's just what she wanted. They climb aboard and take it for a spin. They are not disappointed. It really is the most magnificent thing. The end. So boys and girls, the most magnificent thing didn't happen right away, right? So when we're thinking about this little girl and her little assistant, I think about growth mindset. Instead of thinking, this is too hard, we want to think, I can do hard things, just like the little girl in the book. Instead of saying, I quit, we can think, I won't give up. Instead of saying, I'm not smart enough, I'm getting smarter every day. That was a silly mistake. Mistakes help me grow. I don't care. I want to learn. It's not good enough. I want to do my best work. The little girl in this book felt all of these things. She wanted to quit. She didn't think her work was good enough. She gave up. But she learned that if she puts her mind to it and she moves to a growth mindset, she can make the most magnificent thing. Can you think of a time when you were feeling like it was too hard, or it was that you weren't smart enough, or you wanted to quit? Think about the little girl in this book, the most magnificent thing. Bye.